Okay, Nirmala madam, please start.
Okay, sir. Respected principals, HODs, respected today's resource person, our senior most professor, Dr. Balasubramanian sir, former head and associate professor, Department of Economics, DG Vaishnav College, Chennai, and organizing secretary of Ithal Arts and Science College, and dear participants from various states. Good morning to everyone, and I wish to welcome you all for the fourth day online FDP program on impact of COVID-19 on Indian economy. Now I request our professor, Dr. Mani sir, to welcome our resource person and also to present the career path of our today's resource person. Sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Before I wish to introduce Dr. Balasubramanian sir, I request our principal to say a few words as felicitation.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you, my dear HOD sir. Very good morning to one and all. I hope you are all well and safe. Please be aware of the present situation and follow the guidelines of Health Department of Tamil Nadu government. Even though there are lots of evil effects of COVID-19, some positive impact is also realized. This is very first time we are using this kind of applications for educating students and staff. In future, it will lead to some more positive and constructive changes in teaching and learning methodology. Regarding this webinar session, we are in fourth day, and today's resource person is Dr. Balasubramanian sir. He is well-known economist having 33 years of teaching experience in DG College, Chennai. He was former president of Association of Economists of Tamil Nadu, former EC member of Indian Economic Association, and also he assumed many academic positions. All apart from this, he is very good friend and he has long association with our institution. I really happy to be. Also, I thank Dr. Mani sir and HOD of Dr. NGM College and the organizing secretaries, Nirmala and Kumar, for having arranged this wonderful webinar session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes. Sir, proceed.
Yeah, sir. Good morning to everyone present in this webinar, fourth day webinar session of our college as well as NGM College, Pollachi. First of all, I would like to welcome our principal and NGM College principal and HOD of NGM College and Nirmala ma'am and Saravana Kumar sir. And also, we wholeheartedly welcome the participants, those are all over our nation. Around 16 states, we are having a participation from 16 states, and we welcome you wholeheartedly in the fourth day session. Here, in a nutshell form, our principal has introduced in a brief manner about our one of the legends in economics in Tamil Nadu, Dr. R. Balasubramanian. He is a dynamic scholar, sincere and committed teacher. Whatever he achieved a height in the field of economics, he never forget his humbleness. Wherever he go, whatever the height he has achieved, he never forget his humbleness. He shows humbleness always in everywhere. Even we are more juniors than him. However, he gives more respect for juniors. In such a nice person, he has accepted today to deliver a lecture for our participant in the title of Impact of COVID on Indian Economy. When this disaster or this pandemic has affected all over the globe, first affected or worst affected sector is the economy. or otherwise economy and health is both are interrelated. We cannot separate health and economic development. In such a situation, a crucial integral part of this present situation, a title has been chosen, and he is ready to present on impact of Indian economy of this COVID-19 pandemic disease. Before that, in a brief manner, I wish to say few words about Dr. R. Balasubramanian sir. See, he has produced 40 MPhil scholars, and he has produced 10 PhDs in his career, and he has been elected as the um, a prestigious elected chairman of the Association of Economists of Tamil Nadu in 2015-16, which was held in Kandasamy Counter College 3-4 years back. He has awarded Senior Economist Award in the year of 2013, and he has in 9 times he has awarded Best Paper Award in various institutions, national seminar sponsored by UGC, Cochin University of Software. Many university has awarded Best Paper Award for his presentation, and he has submitted papers in the international, national conference, seminars, workshops. About 125 papers he has presented, and he has published more than 80 papers in reputed journals. Apart from that, he has delivered endowment lecture in 4 occasions. It is a honor for an academician when delivering a endowment lecture is not an opportunity for all economists. So in such a way, he has an opportunity to deliver 4 endowment lectures, and he has given interviews in both print media as well as electronic media, including Satyam TV. And one of the important occasion which was which we have to mention and we have to appreciate wholeheartedly is that he has been the examiner for 50 candidates, PhD candidates. I think this is one of the rarest phenomena for an academician. He conducted 50 PhD public vivace examination all over our nation, and he has delivered lectures in conferences, colleges, more than 100 lectures, and he has chaired many sessions in the conference and seminars. In such a dynamic person, such a vibrant person, and he is thorough in economic theories. Very particularly, we have to mention that he is in-depth knowledge in economic theories, and based on his understanding on the economic theories, he is giving applications in such a way. Really, today it will be an wonderful lecture, and his presentation, the style of presentation of the matter is also very eloquent and excellent. Really, it is an enjoyable one. It is also one of the opportunity for our participants to enjoy today. So, with this few words, I would like to introduce our Dr. Balasubramanian sir, who has long association with us personally as well as our institution, also in the economist group. So, with these few words, I am happy to introduce, and I request him to deliver a wonderful lecture, an enjoyable lecture today for our participants. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
sir.
Dr. Mani. Thank you, Dr. Mani.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Let me start my lecture. Let me
Yes,
start.
sir. Yes, sir. Fine. Yeah, fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
First of all, I would like to place on record my sincere gratitude to Dr. Venkatachalam, Principal, Erode Arts and Science College, Dr. Mani, HOD of Economics, Erode Arts and Science College, the Principal of NGM College, Pollachi, and also Madam Coordinator, NGM College, Pollachi, and also Dr. Saravana Kumar, for able assistant to conduct the FDP program.
Yes.
So good morning to one and all. My sincere thanks to Dr. Mani because he has paid a rich encomiums on my biodata about myself. Whether I deserve it or not, I do not know. Well, I thank all the participants. Good morning to one and all, ladies and gentlemen. Before I dwell on the impact of coronavirus on Indian economy, I would like to briefly talk about the world economy. It all started in Wuhan, China in December 19. Then it spread slowly in China and across the globe. And unfortunately, that countries like USA, Italy, Spain, UK, France, and most of the European countries and Asian countries suffered. And it is like a third world war. The coronavirus is something like third world war because many countries suffered not only the loss of human kingdom, but also the loss of livelihoods of many people. Therefore, the world economy is completely shattered, and the growth rate of the world economy has also declined very significantly on account of the impact of coronavirus. And if you look at the human loss, USA alone accounted for 1 lakh death in the last 2 months or so. And subsequently, if you look at the death of European countries, it reveals the fact that how much human loss is something which we cannot experience, we cannot digest. So this is what actually happened. It is highly infectious, and even if we keep social distancing, but still you find somehow the coronavirus peep into the human being, and finally that led to the positiveness of coronavirus is significantly growing across the globe. Therefore, at the global level, the impact of coronavirus has been felt, and almost 192 countries of the world have suffered from coronavirus, and the agricultural production, industrial production, the services sector, output, etc. have been declining on account of the impact of coronavirus. So this apart, if we talk about the impact of coronavirus on Indian economy, first of all, we must know that what actually happened before the coronavirus. Today, the Hindu paper carried a news which talks about the growth rate of the Indian economy in 2019-20. In 2019-20 itself, even though there was a fancy claim that the growth rate would go up to 8.5% or so, even the budget estimate predicted or forecasted the point that the growth rate of the economy in 1920 itself will grow in terms of 8.5%. But today the Hindu paper, based on the National Sample Survey and the National Sample Organization, NSO data, which clearly reveals the fact that the growth rate of our GDP has come down to 4.2% up to December 19. Then if you look at the January to March 2020 Q4, quarter 4, then the decline in terms of 3.1%. So which shows that before the advent of coronavirus itself, India had experienced a very bleak future in terms of having the percentage of growth in terms of our GDP. So this apart, that the only solace from the last year performance is agriculture. Agriculture alone accounted for 5.9% growth, which actually testified the fact that we had 295 million tons of food grains production we achieved last year in the agricultural sector. Therefore, agriculture stand alone in terms of having the 4.2% growth rate. The major contribution came from agriculture. But if you look at the manufacturing sector, in the last quarter, that is Q4, between January to March 2020, it has slumped to 3.2%. Therefore, the question of resilience, the question of resilience and the question of making the economy move forward has been shattered for obvious reasons. So this apart, that when you look at the reasons for low growth rate or poor performance of the economy in 2019-20, the Hindu paper today reported the fact that the demand has come down, and there is a big slump in our investment, and partly recession swept in many sectors of the economy, and also exports declined. So these are the four reasons which prompted the growth rate to fall in India during 2019-20. Now coming back to the real picture in terms of fiscal deficit, where we do stand in terms of fiscal deficit. Again, the Indian paper today brings out the fact that the fiscal deficit in the last Q4, that is January to March, before the advent of COVID-19 in India, it looks likely that the fiscal deficit stands at 4.1% of our GDP, which is higher than the projected figure of the budget, which clearly shows that 3.8%. Therefore, we have actually deviated from what we actually had projected in terms of containing the fiscal deficit. Therefore, by looking at the way in which the economy has grown in 1920, which puts us to think that the economy not in a very positive or very optimistic shape in all sectors, barring agriculture and mining sector. Now, coming back to the impact of COVID-19 on Indian economy, let me start with the general statistical data about the agriculture, industrial and services sector. In 2019-20, the agricultural food grains production consists of cereals, pulses and millets, which stood at 295 million tons. And the projected target for 2020-21 of agricultural food grains production is 298 million tons. Now, whether we are going to achieve it or not, time alone can tell. But after the advent of COVID-19 in India, and we promulgated the first phase of the lockdown on March 24th, that is midnight of March 24th, and from March 25th, the first lockdown came. And from that period onwards, if you look at what kind of agricultural activities going on in the economy, it is much to be desired, because in the entire lockdown, even in the earlier phase, farmers were not given any freedom to work in the agricultural sector. Only in the second phase of lockdown, some relaxation were given. And from that time onwards, even farmers ready to work due to water scarcity, due to input scarcity, and due to fertilizer scarcity and other scarcity, that the alternative methods of cultivating the farm sector. But unfortunately, that the projected target of 298 million tons for 2020-21 will not be achieved, and we may achieve in terms of say 180 million tons or so. So there will be a loss of 100 million tons on account of the coronavirus. So this is about the agricultural sector. Coming to the industrial sector, if you look at the period between 1920, the industrial production in terms of output, it is something very insignificant, and the industrial contribution to a GDP stood at 27% in 2020, and the manufacturing sector, the engineering sector also played a very different role in bringing the industrial production, not only for domestic purpose but also for exports. But after the lockdown period, if you look at the activities of industrial arena, it is almost zero, because not only the organized sector but even the unorganized or informal sector has been closed on account of, in all the periods, even though there is some relaxation in lockdown 4, but still a long way to go to get back into 100% perfect functioning of manufacturing or industrial or other sectors of the economy. Now coming back to the services sector, the only services sector, banking sector, information technology sector, information enabled technology sector, even the export of our software and financial services, including the money market, capital market, the hospitality sector, in 1920 functioned significantly, but in the past 4 months, if you look at their functioning also, it is almost just 1 or 2%, in spite of the fact that the banking services and other financial services opened throughout the lockdown period, but still a lot to be done, and much of the services and the banking products are not being utilized by the people for obvious reasons. So this is about the general shape of our economy, and if you look at the FDI inflows in 2019-20, the FDI, the total FDI inflow, which stood at 74 billion US dollar, which again one of the positive symptoms of our economy, where the economy can show some kind of resilience with more FDI inflow because of ease of doing business and lot of reforms and relaxation and decentralization and deregulation and decontrol. All these prompted our FDI to the position of $74 billion, which is a very positive figure, very positive data, which speaks the volume in which we overworked in terms of gaining much in terms of FDI. But if you look at the period of March to say May, last week of May, again the inflow has come down by almost 60% because of the coronavirus impact. Now coming back to the very important area in which the Prime Minister first announced during a speech that economic package, and the Honorable Finance Minister, Madam Nirmala Sitharaman, laid down to the India in terms of 4 or 5 tranche of the economic packages. Now I'm going to discuss the impact of coronavirus on the Indian economy by taking into account the economic packages offered by the Government of India during the 3rd phase of the lockdown. In the first and second phase, only a few or say meager concessions, meager economic packages were offered. But only during the 3rd and 4th phase of the lockdown, we could witness that the Government of India actually woken up from what we can say that there is a great responsibility to deliver the economic goods to the nation, and thereby the 4, I would say 5 tranche of economic packages have come up. Now if you look at the packages, 20 lakhs crores, the total economic package to combat and to reduce coronavirus in India, the government of India created a fund to the tune of rupees 20 lakh crores, which speaks the volume in terms of 10% of our GDP. By considering the figure itself on the face of it, the face value of the figure, which really speaks better understanding of our economy, and in fact it is one of the historical package, economic package, because 10% of the GDP on par with developed countries, which also given 10% of GDP to their respective economies, and similarly the 10% of GDP to the tune of rupees 20 lakh crores would definitely make the economy move forward. But now I am going to discuss not all the areas of economic package. I am going to take up the agricultural sector, the rural sector, and also the migrants issue in my course of my speech. First, let me go into details of the agricultural package. Rupees 1 lakh, 1.70 lakh crore relief package exclusively earmarked under Prime Minister Grams Kisan Yojana, PMGKY, and if you look at the various provisions under PMGKY, allocation of funds rupees 1.70 lakh crore. First, ex gratia of rupees 1,000 to the senior citizens, poor widows and destitutes, and totally the government projected 3 crore senior citizen, poor widows and destitutes will benefit out of it, and ex gratia of rupees 1,000 was sanctioned during the first phase of the lockdown. Then rupees 2,000 paid to farmers. This 2,000 to the farmers, especially marginal small farmers, under PM Kisan program was there even in the budget in the last year, and the same thing continued, and the total beneficiaries stood at 8.7 lakh farmers in India. Then a very important reform in terms of protecting the interest of the salaried class. The government of India proposed 24% of the monthly wages to be credited into PF accounts for next 3 months for wage earners below rupees 15,000 per month. So those employees who are working in the unorganized sector as well as organized sector earning below rupees 15,000 per month would get 24% of their monthly wages, and that will be credited into their account for the next 3 months. That is a very important, message, and a very important package for the employees concerned. Then if you look at the other important packages, 5 crore workers registered under Employees Provident Fund to get non-refundable advance of 75% of the amount or 3 months of the wages. So this is another important milestone in terms of protecting the interest of the employees during the adverse impact of coronavirus on various households. Therefore, 75% of the PF or 3 months of their wages will be withdrawn from the EPF account. So this is another interesting, it is like a part final. They need not pay back again in their PF account. Then if you look at the free lending in terms of making available funds to the microfinance or microcredit or the self-help group, women workers under self-help group were given much relief in the Prime Minister PMGKY program. If you look at the data, the collateral free lending was increased from rupees 10 lakh to 20 lakhs for women SHGs, supporting nearly 6.85 crore households. So this is a very big, reform in terms of giving package to move forward the self-help groups, because across India, microfinance or microcredit playing a very decisive role in helping the women entrepreneurs who are toiling their blood in producing various products through self-help groups, and these groups actually came out of poverty, and also women-headed households are functioning pretty well or significantly in India thanks to the mushrooming growth of self-help group, and also they are able to market their products in India as well as abroad, very multi-dimensional products they are producing. So the one of the core phase of the economy, the self-help groups, now being protected during the package of the Government of India, the PMGKY project package. Now, at the same time, the Government of India took much responsibility on the plights of the health workers who are toiling their blood from dawn to dusk and from dusk to dawn to, help the coronavirus patients, and also many patients recovered, and they did their service free of cost to various patients, even those with positive cases in different hospitals, in different quarantine centers, and so on and so forth. Therefore, the government, the honors of the government to give a lot of concession to the health workers. Now, if you look at the PMGKY, reform, the insurance cover of rupees 50 lakh per health worker. This is a very high level and high standard insurance package for health worker, because like army people, they protect our nation against foreign aggression. These health workers protecting the entire nation against coronavirus. Therefore, the Government of India did a very nice thing in providing the insurance coverage of rupees 50 lakh per health worker in India. Then, if you look at the other side of PMGKY program, which includes the earmarked funds of 1.70 lakh crores, look at the PDS system, public distribution system. In India, PDS is considered to be the rice bowl or the food bowl or the soul bowl of the poor people in India. Through PDS, the Government of India under PMGKY program earmarked 5 kg of wheat or rice per person for the next 3 months. This is given free across India, including union territories. 80 crore people will benefit out of 130 crores of population in India. 80 crore will benefit out of this program. 5 kg of wheat or rice given. So this is a very important step in the right direction in providing a very important source of food for human survival. Then at the same time, through PDS, the Government of India brought a new package, that is 1 kg of pulses. Pulses considered to be the poor man's rich protein. Therefore, the Government of India provided 1 kg of pulses for each household for free every month for the next 3 months. That starts from April, now running into June. It may even extend it to another 3 months. On Indian economy, how the Government of India proceeded with different packages which helped the people to at least get themselves happy by taking these kind of relief packages. Then very importantly, under PMGKY program, the women entrepreneurs, especially women account holders, irrespective whether they do business or not, even workers, even housewife, whoever it is, 20 crore women Jan Dhan account holders got rupees 500 per month for the next 3 months. That next 3 months means not from this month, from April, May, then June. Then this program also will be, this package will be extended. So this is a very right step, even though the pittance amount, rupees 500 is nothing, considering the food inflation and other inflation prevailing in the economy. This rupees 500 is nothing. But still, if you look at the poor people, poor women, the rickshawalas, the maid servants, and other beggars and other poor workers who are having Jan Dhan account, especially women getting 500 per month, it's some kind of relief. I would not say it's a great relief. I would say that at least 5,000 rupees per month for women Jan Dhan account holders would have been given, but maybe the funding paucity which prompted the government to go in terms of rupees 500 per month or so. Then if you look at the Ujjwala scheme, gas cylinder, free gas cylinders to 8 crore poor families for the next 3 months. That is starting from April, May, June, and that will be continued also in another, extended also to another 3 months. So this is a very important reform, I would say package or relief for the poor households, free gas cylinders to 8 crore poor families for the next 3 months. Then if you look at the Manrega issue, Manrega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. This Manrega was proposed a decade back to offset, I would say, the unemployment issues at that time prevailed in the rural areas. Actually, Manrega was meant to support the rural economy and the rural development and the rural system. Manrega exclusively means an alternative employment opportunities to the marginal small farmers and poor agricultural laborers and other destitutes who are living in rural areas to get 100 days of employment opportunities to the tune of earlier Manrega program to the tune of rupees 10,000 rupees. That is per day 100 rupees. So 100 days 10,000 rupees. But later on the wages increased, state also increased their wages, and different states offering different wages. But when you look at the central government wages per day per person under Manrega employment, the Manrega wage now increased to rupees 202 per day from rupees 182 to benefit 13.62 crore families. So the Manrega card holders, as per the Government of India order, the wage was increased from rupees 182 per day per person to rupees 202 per person per day. Even though when you look at the increase of wages, it is only rupees 20. But when you look at the opportunities of employment given to the unemployed marginal small farmers, etc., it really providing great relief to the Manrega workers. And this Manrega job and the opening up of Manrega work came in the phase 3 of the lockdown, and today it is going on, and most of the states have opened up 100% for Manrega job, and Manrega production and output and services will see some kind of revival in the rural sector in the coming days or coming months. Now, this is about the issue concerning the rural areas, especially the agricultural sector, wherein the people attached to the agricultural sector benefited somewhat from the economic package of the Government of India during the coronavirus. Now, coming back to again agriculture, what is happening in agriculture? Our agriculture is simply a gamble in monsoon. Once rain god fails, once rainfall fails, naturally agriculture will fail. But fortunately, the agricultural production last year, 1920, stood at 295 million tons. And even during the period of coronavirus, in spite of heavy damage caused by the coronavirus on the Indian economy, the Food Corporation of India having stored to the tune of say 70 million tons food grains. So even for the next 6 months through PDS, the government of India as well as the state governments will give various basic essential products to the ration card holders as well as to the migrant workers in next 6 months. So that much of stock we are having, but still if you look at the way in which agricultural sector is organized and the way in which agricultural performance is moving on in India, it is something mixed, and Punjab, Haryana doing well on wheat production, South India and West Bengal doing pretty well on rice and some important non-agricultural products, but still that Bihar, state like Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Uttarakhand, even Uttar Pradesh, sugarcane is very popular in Uttar Pradesh, and Maharashtra is a manufacturing state, and jute cotton is very popular in Maharashtra, and also the horticultural products very popular in Maharashtra, but still due to the heavy drought sweeping across India, this year the projection itself stands at 298 million tons of food grains production, and only time alone can tell whether we can move forward in agriculture or not. But there is no doubt, absolutely no doubt, that India is self-sufficient, self-reliant. Self-reliant is one of the major objectives of this economic package of the government of India. Now, coming to the various reforms in agriculture, risk mitigation, assured returns, even quality to improve the integrated rural development program, and also legal framework to help farmers associating with processes, with large retailers and wholesalers, even exporters. So, lot of decentralization and decontrol, and something even the agricultural marketing program and the agricultural marketing societies now completely been revamped, and the APMC, Agricultural Produce Market Committee, completely revamped to provide much relief to the farmers to have access to the market, and now farmers can sell their produce directly to the market and thereby getting a very fair price for their hard-earned produce. So this is another right step in the agricultural arena due to economic package, and the right to sell produce at attractive prices now been assured, and barrier-free interstate trade on agricultural and non-agricultural commodities now been allowed, and e-trading for agriculture now been processed, and therefore it is a very good overall program for agriculture, and also 50% subsidy for transportation of goods from the producing place to the marketplace, and also 50% subsidy on storage and cold storages, and different states have evolved different programs to help the agriculture sector to gain in terms of producing more, and also better price realization to the farmers, and reduced wastages, because cold storages and warehousing godowns now offering free rent for the farmers to save their products. Therefore, if you look at the overall importance given to agriculture, it is really mind-blowing experience for the past few months in terms of sustaining our agriculture in future. Therefore, agriculture I would say somewhat is in the safe hands of the farmers if these programs are correctly, perfectly down to earth from New Delhi down to villages across India being implemented in toto, then naturally the agricultural production and farmers will gain much income and much production will take place. But it remains to be seen how the government is going to work out in the next 6 months in terms of distributing the economic package, economic funds to various sectors of the economy. Now, the major areas under the economic package, again in agriculture, rupees 13,343 crore exclusively earmarked under National Animal Disease Control Program, ensuring 100% vaccination of cattle, buffalo, sheep, goat, etc. And also rupees 20,000 crore earmarked under PM Prime Minister Matsya Sampada Yojana program to support fishermen during the ban period and also providing credit facilities to the fishermen community to buy various fish nets and as well as vessels and also mechanization of boats, etc. Therefore, the government overall encouragement of fishermen community in terms of encouraging the seafood farming, then lab network, research lab network to analyze the weather condition and also the area in which fish production in the sea, deep sea, very high. So the geographical location in which the fishermen can get access to fish very correctly in such area where they could get much fish, so and other marine species. So this is a very important right step in the right direction as far as the economic package is concerned. Now, if you look at the other side of the package, especially to the credit side, especially loan side, because farmers are born in debt, lives in debt, dies in debt and bequeaths in debt. This is all along we have been telling that how farmers are carrying on their shoulders the burden of debt very traditionally, ancestrally, or inheritance of debt by the family. The farmers are carrying on their shoulders, but to reduce the burden of debt, especially the rural indebtedness, the government of India proposed under economic package rupees 2 lakh crore credit boost to 2.5 crore farmers under Kisan Credit Card Scheme, which helps not only marginal small farmers but also fishermen, animal husbandry workers, and also other workers who are engaged in agriculture and rural sector. So 2.5 crore farmers will benefit under Kisan Credit Card Scheme, the earmark fund to the tune of rupees 2 lakh crore. So this is a very important, again, I would say, good step in the right direction. Then 30,000 crore additional emergency working capital for farmers through NABARD, and also 3 crore farmers will benefit the agricultural loans, and up to March, April 2020, rupees 86,000 crores now been approved under such said scheme. Then rupees 4,200 crore for Rural Infrastructural Development Fund, and also 67,000 crore working capital limit provided for the state government for procurement of agricultural produce. So the central government through the economic package, I would say very remarkably, very strategically, in a very correct manner, moved these kind of issues in the right direction. And I think that the direct support to farmers, especially at a very low rate of interest, free loans without interest, and NABARD the central cooperative banks, state cooperative banks, regional rural banks, and lead banks will play a pivotal role in making agricultural credit delivered at the doorsteps of the marginal small farmers and poor agricultural laborers and so on and so forth. So this is about the agriculture, and also notwithstanding the fact that rupees 40,000 crore additional funds earmarked exclusively under Manrega. So friends, ladies, gentlemen, apart from the budget allocation of Manrega, this exclusive 40,000 crore to improve the Manrega work to revive the rural economy and also provide a lot of employment opportunities to rural people, rupees 40,000 crore exclusively and additionally earmarked for Manrega funding during the coronavirus period. So, interestingly, if you look at the other side, where the economic package, drawing into a very important message that the other side, where I would like to discuss more on migrants. Now, migrants workers, migrant laborers who actually moved from rural areas to urban areas, as well as urban areas to rural areas. So rural out-migration has been very significant across in India for obvious reason, and for the past 3 decades or so, rural out-migration has been taking place unabated across India in search of job, and the time waiting period for the rural out migrants to get into job arena has also been reduced in various urban areas, that actually attracted the rural migrants to move to the urban areas to seek their livelihoods and also to their family and so on and so forth. So more than the urban out migration, rural out migration has been taking place over the years non-stop, because almost 8 crores rural migrants across India on board. And if you look at the important issue, maybe I'm running out of time, but still I will take another 10 to 15 minutes to highlight the migrants issue, because in every news channel, in every media, and every political parties, they are taking up the migrants issue as a major issue because they are at the receiving end during the coronavirus program. Yes, in fact, that the migration actually taken place over the years. Now, coming to the status of migrants, about 8 crore migrants who are living across different urban areas and different metropolitan cities in India. During the breakdown, what actually happened, that all of a sudden the nationwide lockdown was promulgated on the midnight of March 24, and that prompted the entire state to apply the lockdown and curfew and section 144. Therefore, the transport system was come to a standstill across India from March 24th midnight. So migrants thought that at that time they could manage with whatever they earned earlier savings. But as the days progressed and the way in which the coronavirus and positive cases, quarantine, containment zone, and lot of ifs and buts in the amidst these issues, the migrants workers could not sustain their life, and slowly during the economic, I would say, lockdown period 2, they slowly started coming out to go to their native place. So this is what actually happened, and lot of migrants died, and lot of migrants were without food over many days, and lot of migrants started walking from one area to another, say 700 to 1000 kilometers, bicycling. Some died some reached, some were caught. So these were the important critical issue faced during the virus impact during the period. Now, in order to uplift the migrant workers, the government of India provided rupees 2,000 per month, as I said already, to the migrant workers for next 3 months, that is from April, May, June, and this will be extended to another 3 months. Now, the first issue for migrants, okay, well, almost 60% now gone, 40% will go in the next week or so to the native place, and I will talk about the reforms exclusively for migrants. First reform, affordable rental housing complexes, ARHC, for migrant workers in majority of the urban areas, a scheme under PMAY, under PPP model, public-private partnership model, and then one nation, one ration card for all migrants, then PDS portability, interstate portability, then free food grain supply for migrants for 2 months, that will be extended to another 3 months. Migrants who are not covered under the National Food Security Act as well as under PDS beneficiary will be provided 5 kg of grains per person and 1 kg of channa per family for 2 months, that will be extended to another 3 months. Therefore, the government, thought of the migrant plights, and migrant workers should be, rehabilitated. Therefore, the government brought out various schemes. UP government, yesterday, day before yesterday, introduced a new scheme to identify and also make an entire state survey to identify the quantum of migrants who have come from various states, to provide employment opportunities for them. And Tamil Nadu government also initiated a lot of programs for migrants who stayed back to see some kind of relief and as well as job in Tamil Nadu itself. So nearly 20 to 25% migrants still who are living in Tamil Nadu to take job in Tamil Nadu only. So 75% left. Now, coming back to the negative impact of the coronavirus on Indian economy. The negative impact this year, especially the first quarter, the data already released by NSO today appeared in the Hindu. The second quarter, starting from April, May, June, and July, you see that the agricultural sector, industrial sector, services sector will be almost say 0 or maybe 10% will be there. But what we are promising to the various sectors in the economy, from August onwards, there will be a total lift of our lockdown, and we would see much of the work and much of the sectors coming back to 100% working capacity. And from August onwards, we have to see really up to next March how we are going to move forward with rupees 20 lakh crores packages contributing to various sectors of the economy. Therefore, on the negative side, the picture is very gloomy. Most of the states, even though during lockdown period 3 and 4, lot of relaxations have come up, but still a lot to be done, because most of the small scale industries, micro industries, manufacturing sector, etc., are working with 25% capacity. Some industries working with 50% capacity, and so on and so forth, and no transport availability in most of the states. Therefore, it will take a long way to go to achieve our desirable target. Even I would be happy if India achieves, say, 3 to 3.5% growth rate during the period from April 1, 2020 to March 2021. So right now, the growth rate has tumbled, manufacturing sector production tumbled, and exports declined, and overall we are having a very bleak feature, because the main emphasis of the government now to arrest the coronavirus and also reduce the positive cases and also make the people to understand the nuances of coronavirus, social distancing, wearing masks, and also washing hands, washing legs, and also keeping 6 meter distance between persons, even to speak, even within the family, and one should not go out without any reasoning. So these are the steps in the right direction if we want to live with the corona. Otherwise, we will see a different picture of the economy. And again, after 6 months, the government should borrow more from the World Bank, IMF, and IDA to again give another packages. If we do not cooperate with the government in terms of maintaining and adhering to the rules and regulations of the society and so on and so forth. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I will finish it in 1 minute, that the economic packages to the tune of 10% of GDP, rupees 20 lakh crore, is something a very high standard, is something very, very optimistic, is something to be saluted. But at the same time, how we are going to channelize, how we are going to distribute, how we are going to witness the fact that does India can withstand and protect the people from the war of coronavirus on our economy, and how we are going to move forward, only time alone can tell. And the government missionaries and the business sector missionaries and the bureaucrats, the judiciary and the people of India, especially laborers and the migrants, should work in unitedly in toto to see that the economy must move forward. Our basics are good and our macro aggregates are good, our resilience are good, and whether to see that local becoming global, and the trust is local products, whether it's going to be global, how to market the local products at the global level, we are going to see. So self-dependency, self-reliance is there. Thank you so much. I would like to receive questions from the participants and also from the academicians on the impact of coronavirus on the Indian economy. But still, I have a lot to discuss with you. But due to paucity of time, I cannot, discuss now. Thank you so much. I would like to thank the principal of Erode Arts and Science College, Dr. Venkatachalam, Dr. Mani, the head of the Department of Economics of Erode Arts and Science College, and also I would like to thank the principal of NGM College, Pollachi, and also I would like to thank the HOD of Economics of Pollachi, NGM College, Pollachi, and also I would like to thank Madam Coordinator, NGM College, Pollachi, and other participants. Thank you so much. Now, any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your informative presentation. And we have experienced your more than 35 years of academic excellence from your presentation, sir. Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. We have questions from participants, sir.
Yes.
First question, do you feel that the relief package will increase the demand or consumption of the poor and migrants?
Yes, but looking at the data, looking at the different packages, I do believe that this is a very good package for the poor people and the society. But how we are going to distribute it in the coming months, as union government must release the funds allocated or earmarked to the respective sector immediately, and see that it is distributed at the village level, at the local level, to every individual, at the doorsteps of every individual. Then only the poor and the migrants will come out of their critical problems.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Shall we go for next one, sir?
Yes.
What's your opinion of recent budget allocation towards agriculture, sir?
The budget allocation for agriculture is quite promising, and as I said already in my speech, that it is very optimistic on the face of it. But in reality, the agricultural sector is so huge. Interlinking of rivers, very, very important. For the past 2.5 decades, we have been talking about interlinking of rivers. But no central government, no state governments taken up the issue of interlinking rivers across India, across states of India. But that is only lacking. But the other kinds of funds allocation looks promising, and the rural reduction of rural indebtedness is the main focus of this agricultural economic package, and also removing poverty, removing disguised unemployment in rural areas, and also uplifting the small and marginal farmers, and also producing more and allowing farmers to have full freedom in marketing their products at the urban centers. So these are all some of the areas where the allocation of funds, making efforts to see that the overall agricultural development. But water is a major problem. Sharing of water between states, major problem. Kaveri issue is a very perennial problem. The Ganga and Kaveri should be linked. The time has come for India, at least now, to link the Kaveri and Ganga, to link all the major rivers in India, to augment water supply across India for cultivation of various crops, multiple crops, and also that would give a major boost to the farmers, because water is the main soul of agriculture. Funds, credit, money, secondary. Water is the main source. Even inputs are secondary. But that water now becomes scarce and drought sweeping, and we are hoping, we are always our fingers are crossed that whether northwest monsoon or the northeast monsoon will give us much adequate rainfall and so on. But once it fails, then the agriculture will fail.
Thank you, sir. Next one, which policy will do much in this time, whether monetary or fiscal policy?
See, both are, it is like two eyes of the human being, two legs of the human being. It is really a very good question, and I appreciate the scholar who has raised this question. I believe that it is like induction or deduction to find out the reasoning for logic. Whether the battle of historical methods, whether induction is right or deduction is right. Induction means particular to general. Deduction means general to particular. Both are very important. But now the focus is on monetary, because the monetary instruments, monetary policies to achieve economic growth, to achieve even the what I would say the wildest to dream of achieving full employment growth, to price stability, and also to equitable distribution of money in the economy. So monetary instruments and monetary targets and monetary issues and policies are finding much emphasis because the RBI playing a very pivotal role in controlling money market as well as capital market in India. So monetary policy is now gaining much importance than fiscal policy, because we talk about fiscal policy only during the part of the budget and during the part of increase or decrease of GST, and also during the part of the external debt, etc. But every quarter you find RBI giving monetary policy, whether repo rate should be increased or reverse repo rate should be decreased, whether repo rate should be decreased or increased. So this is which bringing a kind of stimulus to the economy, and I think the present monetary policy of the government of India is quite attractive for the investors to invest in the economy, because the recent reversal of repo rate, which prompted, I would say, banks to provide easy credit facilities to the entrepreneurs to start business projects in India, because the interest rate for loans now been very, very less, and even the MSM, the micro, small and medium sector enterprises also given lot of boost in the economic package. So monetary policy is gaining much importance. But for savers, they currently, for savers, this is not quite attractive because government does not want people to save because government's reserve, government, in reserve, they are having a lot of deposits. The deposit increased by 60% during the lockdown, whereas lending declined by almost 70%. So the deposits increase, lending reduce. So government does not want the savers to save money from in the bank because saving rate of interest is now almost 5% per annum, and for SB account it is 3 to 3.5% per annum, and not quite attractive even for senior citizen. Only LIC with Vandana Prime Minister VVY scheme, which gives 7.4% interest rate for senior citizen, that would give a minimum of 1,000 rupees per month to 9,500 and odd per month. If they want to invest to the tune of 1,60,000 rupees or 15 lakhs rupees in the LIC for next 10 years and so on. So monetary policy gaining momentum over fiscal policy, but one should not undermine the role of fiscal policy because government revenue, government expenditure, government debt, the three major parts of the fiscal policy, very, very important in the economy. So without touching upon, without connecting fiscal policy, monetary policy alone cannot do much, effect or impact in the economy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have 3 questions, sir.
Yes.
When India will come to normal routine after COVID-19?
Only the medical experts should answer this question. Again, very good question.
Yes, sir. Yes,
In the
sir.
TV debate, all the Tamil channels and English channels, every day you find lot of discussion on how long this corona will go, and when we'll see zero level of corona, when the curve will get flattened, and when the death rate of coronavirus will come down, when the positive cases will stop. So these are all very good, issues in the minds of the people, and good question. But I'm not a medical expert, but still, from my own experience, that it started one in China, but at China closed all the Chinese airports, international airports. And naturally, the Chinese people will not have traveled to other countries, and other countries could not, I would say, will not suffer this kind of a very serious, I would say, cannibalic, barbaric, a very critical COVID attack across the world. But China downplayed the issue, and a lot of political issue emerged, and even India woken up the issue only in March. But the WHO forewarned India in January itself. So because we entertained US President here, and government thought that the corona will not affect India, so on. So all these things happened. Okay, we should not talk about much on that, but still it will take another 1 year or so to see the wiping out of corona from India. Minimum 1 year with the same standard of health expenditure, even increased health expenditure. Testing should be increased. Currently, we are testing around 12,000 or so on an average. In Tamil Nadu, it should be increased to 20 to 25,000 per day. Maharashtra, where coronavirus is more, they should test 50,000 per day. So if we test more, naturally, in 1 year or so, we will put down the corona. And in the meanwhile, if we get vaccine, if we develop vaccine against corona, naturally we will come out. We will be able to come out from corona within 3 months or so. How soon the world develops good vaccine on human being, how soon that vaccine, giving a very positive benefit to different patients with different community, religion, with a different environment and different countries. So that is very important. Whether medicine or vaccine, if we discover soon, naturally corona will be wiped out, but otherwise it will take 1 year, and every month we should increase our health expenditure exclusively on corona. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next one. Can college faculty avail the EPF non-refundable advance facility?
Pardon, please.
Can
Pardon?
college faculty avail the EPF non-refundable advance facility?
No, college aided staff always will avail the advanced EPF facility. Even the management staff will avail the EPF facility, no doubt about it. But the monthly income is 15,000 per month is a question. And beyond that, if you put on some years of service, part final you can withdraw at any time. Loan facilities available for aided staff and government employees. They need not worry whether this relief applies or not. That is not the question. As per the EPF Act, any employee with 3 years or 5 years of service or so can withdraw either as a loan or as part final. Some minimum years is there, but if we withdraw as a loan, we have to repay. But this scheme exclusively on private sector and other migrant workers who are earning more and having EPF account, etc.
Thank you, sir. Final question. What's your opinion about corruption-free government office forever in India?
See, corruption-free government, a good political Aristotle question. This
Yes, sir.
philosopher Aristotle question.
Yes, sir.
Corruption is there everywhere. Corruption is a part and parcel of our country, or all countries of the world, except Denmark and few countries, they are corruption free. But most of the countries, out of 196 countries in the world, almost 193 countries are corrupted, either at the 2% level or 100% level or infinite percentage level. Only the degree of difference differs from country to country. I would say 193 countries are suffering from corruption. Government corruption, red tapeism, people corruption. Even you apply for anything, the employees are expecting price, even for admission, even for medical college admission, or even birth certificate, death certificate, even the cremation ground to cremate the death of the nearest kith and kin, we have to pay money, otherwise work will not be there. So corruption is deep rooted in India ever since we started our independence, and before independence we did not experience much corruption because of dynastic rule of the British government. But after the independence, you find slowly and steadily up to 1965 we had less corruption. After 65, states emerged, different regional parties emerged. After regional parties emerging, corruption started, free flow of money. Politicians, councillors, MLAs, MPs, ministers are playing a role in corruption. They are responsible in corruption. People are also paying money. They are also responsible. So the judicial system, the legislative system, parliament system, democracy, and the people are all, involved in corruption. No one is free from that kind of responsibility and that kind of, critical issue. Therefore, corruption is there, but we have to reduce the corruption. And only thing is the central government corruption level is very, very minimum when compared to across the states level corruption. States are indulging in corruption, people are indulging in corruption, but central government corruption is less. I would not say they are free from corruption. Okay, India is, I would say the corruption is part and parcel of our economy. Right from the word go, right from the birth to death, you find corruption is imbibed in the Indian economy. Whether in a visible form or invisible form, whether direct form or indirect form, whether tangible form or intangible form, whether helping form or non-helping form, whatever the face of the corruption, it is there. It is there. We can't wipe out unless youngsters like you coming up, occupying the government and declaring corruption-free government everywhere. It will take another 100 years or so to have zero level of corruption in India. Minds are corrupted, our
Yes, sir.
actions are corrupted, our human behaviors are corrupted. A lot of things going on. I will talk about corruption and black money in another talk for 1 hour or 1.5 hours. I will give you brief as well as in-depth analysis on corruption. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Clearly and patiently, you have clarified our participants' doubts, sir. It shows your academic excellence. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Now I request Saravanan, sir, to deliver vote of thanks.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to thank both the principal sir, Erode Arts and Science College and NGM College, Pollachi. And I also thank HODs of Erode Arts and Science College and NGM College. So I also thank Organizing Secretary Nirmala Devi, ma'am. So my special thanks to our HOD sir, Dr. N. Mani sir. Sir has arranged a wonderful series. So because the topic is very wide, so because Indian economy, particularly COVID-19, so the topic is very vast area. So sir has touched almost all the areas. Chennai, so I
Thank you.
wholeheartedly thankful to you, sir, for this wonderful speech and this online webinar session. So I heard about that. So your voice is very louder in speaking in the mic. So we heard about that live meeting. So in seminar hall and somewhere else. So here also your voice is very nice. So and also your words are very nice. So I thank you, sir, for your wonderful and excellent
I apologize to
presentation.
you. I could not approve
I
you.
also thank
I
the
apologize to you. I could not approve
participants of within our state and other states. So you have participated 4th day. Sir, please. Sir, hello?
Yes, I apologize to you because I could
Hello?
not control the voice.
Okay,
The
sir.
natural voice.
So the participants from
natural-
other states, so this is the 4th day. So I wholeheartedly thankful to all the participants. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
madam. Thank you,
So, dear participants, please note that tomorrow's program will be on same at the time 11 o'clock. So please all join with us for this program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Thank you,
Mudichikalam, sir.
Anand.
Sir Mani, sir. Shall we wind?
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Sir,
Thank you.
எனக்கு அந்த வீடியோ இது ரெக்கார்டிங் வேணும். வீடியோ ரெக்கார்டிங்.
Okay, sir. I'll wind, sir. No issue, sir. So we'll get you, sir. No. Okay.
Yes, you will say.
Thank you. Any feedback, welcome. Any criticism, welcome. Any suggestion, welcome. Thank you so much.
Sir, we get a good and excellent feedback, sir.
Thank you, madam, so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I thank one and all. I thank the principal of NGM College, Pollachi, the principal of Erode Arts and College, Dr. Venkatachalam, and my friend, Dr. Mani, and Dr. Saravana Kumar, and Madam Dr. Nirmala Devi, all,
Yes,
very great scholars. Thank you for your patience hearing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Manoj, we will wind the session, Manoj. Okay.